Hi, I'm Ian. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the ECM ECU out of a 2001 to a 2003 Rav4. I hope this video is very helpful to you. I, for one, am not about to take my car to a shop and do something that I just find is not worth the money, or especially even going and buying this part at what Toyota charges for it. You can find them. Toyota sells them for roughly about $1,600–$1,700. From my research, I found them on eBay for around $200, sometimes $175. Right around that range. I've seen them as roughly between there and $400. But I'm just going to show you how to remove this one today. There's a couple cool tools you're going to need for the job. The shortest Phillips head screwdriver you can find, preferably a stubby one, but this is the smallest that I have. Flathead screwdriver, 10mm wrench, and a 10mm socket with an extension. First thing you're going to do is remove your negative battery cable on a 2000. This is a 2003 Rav4, a base model with a 4-cylinder 2-liter in it. Doesn't have 4-wheel drive or anything like that. But this is realistically the most important step that you're going to take throughout this whole job, because chances are, if you're doing this, you're having an electrical problem as it is. And you don't want to be taking apart that is this expensive and plugging it back in while you still have power going through the system. You'll defeat the purpose. But I know it's a pain, but just go ahead and remove your negative battery cable first. Up here, up front, the flathead and the 10mm wrench are the only things you're going to need up here up front. These plastic screws right here, all of these are flatheads. To get to this one, there's one more up here. You gotta get right there. Once you've got that, or once you take out those, the panel will lift up. Be careful not to fling the bolts all over the place. That's always a plus. But you'll use your 10mm wrench on that. Terminal goes back up there, back on top of the battery. But yeah, just take that one off right there with the 10mm, take it off, lift it off to the side, put it down, drop the panel back down. Wouldn't hurt to have a rag either, just for while you're up there. Once you get in here, your ECM is going to be located, ECM ECU is going to be located on the passenger side behind the glove box. When you first get to do this, your glove box will be in. You open your glove box, and on each side there'll be those two little tabs, one right there and one right there. All you do is just pull it over a little bit when it's up in there. You just pull that over just a little bit. It won't break, and just get that little nub right there over that edge and pull it forward. It'll drop down. You do the same thing to the other side. And when you do that, there'll be those two clips right there. We'll have two Phillips head screws in those. Take those out. It'll be on there a little bit tight. It just pops right off. Take it, set it off to the side. Make sure you keep all your screws and nuts and everything else in there. After you get that off, there's going to be a kick panel right there with one little plastic clip screw on top of it. You can usually get it off with your hand. It came off pretty easy on this one. Just take that off, set it off to the side. You have to wiggle the kick panel around. When you do, be careful of these two little metal clips right here. I about cut my finger on this one. And there's a plastic flange on this right here. It's underneath that side of the running board on the side. But once you get that out, it'll come out. There's where that screw is, or that bolt I was talking about right there. That was on this. Just set this off to the side. Once you do that, it'll expose this. That bracket goes over top of that bolt. You'll see the wear marks in the center of it right there. That's a 10mm socket. All you need here is a 10mm socket and the shortest Phillips head you possibly can get. You've got that one right there, which is 10mm. Up underneath here, where this bracket is right there, there's 2 Phillips head screws that go in that. Take those out first. Take that one out too. Move this off to the side so you can drop the rest of the ECU down. Once you do that, there's going to be one 10mm bolt in that right there. When you look up in there, you see that one right there, that in the background? There's a nub right there off to the right of it. That's where this goes. There's a 10mm bolt on that, and then there's 2 Phillips head screws on top of this. Now, once you've got to this point, you're going to need to unplug all of these because it's going to drop straight down. A good idea is to take a picture of this, remember which ones go in which, or even videotape it like I'm doing. So that way, once you get these out, you can pull this down enough to get those 2 Phillips head screws out. And that's what I'm going to do now. Just little push button clips, push in, grab the other side, pull it right out. 3. I think this is just one big one. No, there's... Yeah, I gotta set it down. I think there's 2 of them attached to the... Hang on, I gotta set the camera down. You need 2 hands for this part. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. That one out. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs all together. I'll go ahead and show you here. There's 5 plugs all together. Once you get those loose, you got to wiggle this down. You grab this brace underneath here, pull it out and down with the rest of this unit, like so. And then you can get to those 2 bolts, or 2 screws. There we go. My dogs are going nuts. Let me see what's going on. Interesting. So anyway, I'm going to pull those out real quick. See if I can angle the camera here for you. See, I'm pulling this down. You gotta grab the bottom of the bracket while you're pulling down. I don't know if you can see me pulling it that way, down like that, coming out the bottom. You got to do that first to get this bracket off right here. Okay, yeah, once you got it down to that point, you can go ahead and get those screws out. Got to put a little bit of force down on them when you do it too. You want to get a bigger screwdriver bit for the end of that, those Phillips heads. Try to get my little power jobby in here. I believe I stripped it. Well, it comes out. There's the other one of those top two screws. I stripped this one. But that's it. Pull that bracket off right there too. And that is how to remove an ECM ECU from 2003 Toyota Rav4. Same for the 2001 or 2002 models. You can see it was an 11-minute job from start to finish. So, hope it helped. Good luck.